This doesn't happen often on TYT, but we have a story about a clarinetist. Yes. Amazing story.
There's been others.
Yes. A young man who is a very talented clarinetist has just won a huge lawsuit to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars because of the wrongdoings of his former girlfriend. Let me explain. So apparently he was studying at a university, and while he was studying, he decided to apply to a musical institution that would basically set him up for a classical music career of his dreams. That's what he really loves to do. He plays the clarinet. Now, during his second year studying at McGill University, he decided to apply to the world-class Colburn Conservatory of Music in Los Angeles, which offers every student a scholarship covering tuition, room and board, and living expenses. So this is his dream come true. And he was so talented that he was like, I got this. They're gonna love me. I'm gonna get in. Now, weeks later, he opened an email signed by this instructor that he really loves and apparently is very talented. Sorry, I don't know who he is. And letting him know he had not been selected for the program. He was crushed. This clarinetist ended up finishing his bachelor's degree at McGill, delaying his professional musical career. But then 2 years later, he's like, I'm gonna give it another shot. Okay, I think I can do it this time. But then all of a sudden, he gets in contact with the instructor that he wanted to work with, that he wanted to get educated by. And the instructor was like, what are you doing here? You applied, we accepted you, and then you rejected us. And he couldn't understand what was going on. And so he started thinking about, how there was this miscommunication. And then he realized maybe his ex-girlfriend, they had broken up a year earlier, had something to do with this. He remembered the password that she had used for her own email, used that password for the email account that sent him the rejection letter, and he basically found out that his girlfriend did something very shady. The girlfriend had logged onto his email account and deleted his acceptance letter to Colburn.
Yeah.
She impersonated Eric in an email to Gilad, declining the offer because he would be elsewhere. Then she impersonated Gilad through a fake email address, telling Eric Abramovitz he had not been accepted. So she's the one, his ex-girlfriend, and they were dating at the time, was the one who did all this tricky pizzicky stuff. Like identity fraud, like it's just really terrible
Straight up
stuff.
fraud.
Yeah, she delayed his career by 2 years. So he ended up, finishing his education at McGill. Then he went to USC, spent tens of thousands of dollars getting an education that he didn't really want. He wanted to go to this classical music school. She screwed him, so he sued her.
In a couple of ways.
Yeah, well, so he sues
I
her.
don't know about that.
Maybe not.
And the
Maybe
judge,
that was the problem.
he sues her, and they're all from Canada, right? And
So they're very polite.
Yeah.
The
Even when they're being psycho.
The Ontario Supreme Court awarded him $350,000 in damages. Now, that's Canadian dollars. It's $260,000 in US money, and called the girlfriend reprehensible, betrayal of trust, and despicable interference in his career.
I hate this story.
I love it because there was justice in the end. He found out what happened.
Yeah, but this is one of those stories that you hear that guys go, see, bitches be crazy.
Some of them, though, not all of them, obviously.
Some of them, and that's true. Some bitches be crazy.
This specific bitch
But
be
this
crazy.
specific bitch probably crazy. But we didn't hear her side of the story.
Well, I
Okay. What do you think? This is a hung jury?
I read further on into the article, and it said, I think attributed to her, that she was afraid that if he went on to school, he wouldn't come back to her.
Yeah, tough nuggets.
So,
Yeah.
but there's
That's
just
life.
there's this fear of abandonment that people have that I think overwhelms all other fears, where we get into this
For some people.
stay.
Some people.
They were 17 at the time, and I get it. When you're 17, you think the person you're with is the love of your life. You're going to be with them for the rest of your life, but you're not. You're not. 99% of those relationships end, and they end disastrously. So just save yourself the heartache and don't do identity fraud.
Or regular fraud.
Or fraud.
Or fraud in general.
I'm amused by the idea of this is the love of my life, so I will destroy his.
By the way, for 2 years, she was like consoling him and trying to calm him down because he was really upset. Look at this look at this cutie, by the way. Like
No,
right behind. Like
look, this story's a dramedy, right?
it's so good.
And so it's both funny, but it's we all feel bad for the kid, and it's not funny for him, while the rest of us laugh. But I love his stick-to-itiveness. So he decided, you know what? I'm gonna go back.
Yes.
I finished up this college. I'm going to Colburn anyway, by hook or by crook. So if he hadn't done that, if he just resigned himself to his fate, he would have never found out the truth.
Yeah.
So, and that's why so many people are now rooting for him, and let alone the fact that he got screwed.
I love that there's drama involving a clarinetist and a flautist. Aren't they called flautists?
Yeah, I think they are. Yeah.
It's like this flautist totally screwed me over.
Was she? Yeah.
Oh yeah, she
was a flute player.
up in that situation
I
as
hadn't
well.
thought of that either.
Yeah, there
They're
might
both
have been a little
musicians, yeah.
jealousy.
Oh, that's true. Because they
Yeah.
were both musicians. See, this is why I don't date stand-up comedians.
Yeah.
Might
Don't
get
come at me
competitive.
with that jealousy.
Yeah.
It's too bad that some people can't love without still maintaining "but me first."
Yeah.
But me though.
Yeah. I totally agree.
We're vicious little animals. That's what we are.
Look, I'll tell you, the
clarinets.
only thing funnier about this story than what actually happened was Anna trying to avoid their names. And Eric, and then his instructor. 2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below. Then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.